Howdy folks, I've got another kit for you, a fresh release from Eduard. It's the P400 ProfiPACK edition, 1/48 scale from Eduard. It's one of their attack planes. It has a giant cannon in the front. Pretty much of a beast of aircraft, I believe. There's some of the schemes. A lot of them have got shark mouths on them. I do like aircraft that have shark mouths. Their kit number 8092. This side of the box. QR code for online instructions if you wish to do it that way, or if you're missing them. Let's take a look what we get inside. It's a smaller box than usual from Eduard. You get your decals. This little piece in here which contains some clear plastic. You get one giant bag of all your parts in there. I wish they wouldn't do that. You get your worksheet, a little bit smaller than usual as well. Nice photo etch, and the typical canopy mask, which is laser cut. As always, nothing to say about this. You do get your nice photo etch from Eduard, nicely in colour. The photo etch is pretty good. I do like their photo etch. If you built their kits in the past, you know exactly what their stuff is like. There's nothing on the back, it's just that photo etch. You've got a little bit of clear, might be for instrument panels or something, but I wouldn't use that. I'd use Microsoft Crystal Clear or something. You've got your decals. Again, these are printed by Eduard itself. To my understanding, they've got a new machine and they start printing their own again. So they probably won't be using cartographers so much. They've got a new machine and they're meant to be thinner than before. So the thinner they are, less likely for silvering, but you have to be more careful because they can tear easier. But again, there's all your decals for the aircraft. It's US Army. You've got these stripes for the walkways, but I personally paint them on. There's your shark mouth. They are on the glossy side. Carrier film is quite minimal. It's quite close. There's some of the shark mouths which are nice. Some of the squadron badges. And then you get your stencil data at the bottom. There's some more other logos. Boxing chicken or hen. Or will be a bear cockerel, boxing cockerel. The 8-ball, which is nice. So there's the decals again. You get one giant bag of plastic, which you're never a fan of, because some parts can get rubbed. I thought Eduard would have learned. They've done it in the past in separate bags, and sometimes they do it all in one. It all depends if they're pressed for time and they want to get the kits out, and so they just chuck it in one bag. You get it clear. This aircraft has like car doors, tape type entries. See, that's what happens as well. It causes scuff, so that's going to have to be taken care of. Other than that, the glass is in pretty good. You get your gun sight, front windshield armour, which will be probably bulletproof, probably. Yeah. You've got this sprue of your fuselage. Again, panel lines and rivets, nicely done. It's quite a small aircraft, I think. Personally, it's probably about the size of a Spitfire or something, but it's not one of the bigger fighters out there. Some of your wings, exhaust system, instrument panel, but you're replacing that with photo etch. Bulkheads, top cowlings where some of the cannons or machine guns are. You can have some bombs. Your cockpit floor, it's like the pilot's seat, but you'll be putting seat belts on as well. Looks like the back of the pilot. Hard points for the bombs probably. This sprue contains the propellers. Wheels, which are one piece. No, they're not, sorry. Two-piece wheels. I'm not a fan of that. All your fine detail, piping, brackets. So you have to be really careful not to break this off the sprues. Landing gear, doors. There's the other side of the wheels. Other propellers. So you've got normal wheels and you've got weight on wheels, which is again nice touch. They'd have done that. So you can choose. So there's fine detail parts and propellers and wheels. And then your final sprue, which is your wings. Again, panels and rivets are quite everywhere. They haven't done it all over. So either the aircraft is painted, which probably, I think it would be, yeah, it is painted so you wouldn't see the rivets. So it wouldn't be no natural metal finish. So you won't see the rivets so much. There's a nose cones with the cannon in the middle. With the aircraft, the engine sits behind the pilot, and then the drive shaft from the engine to the propeller, it goes between the pilot's legs. The engine's not up front, which is strange. I think up front is where the engine would usually be, is where they house all the ammunition for the cannon, and that's where the cannon would sit. I think that's the reason why it's done like that, because there isn't enough room for the cannon and engine. Drop tank, it's a teardrop tank. It comes in two halves. And your decal sheet, not decal sheet, your worksheet, sorry, is history of the aircraft. If you wish to read that, pause the video. So the instruction manual is a little bit smaller than it usually are. Normally you get like an A4 sheet, but this is a little bit smaller. And this is probably half of an A4. You get your sprue map. The bits in blue is the parts you're not needed, so there's going to be upcoming kits in the future or different variants. Canopy mask and photo etch. There's the film for clear. You get your colour callouts, which is all done by Mr. Hobby. Typical World War II planes, working with the cockpit area, doing the firewall, cockpit floor, instrument panel, which should be photo etch, putting your seat belts in. Putting your instrument panel in, putting your seat in on the cockpit floor, more cockpit, side of the cockpit, which should be more instrument panel stuff and levers and dials and stuff for the landing gear and probably everything else. Sandwiching the fuselage around the cockpit, the typical way of doing the aircraft. Looks like a radio box or something there as well. Comes to doing the wings, dropping down the fuselage from the top, sandwiching your wings in. If you wish to have the landing gear up. Oh no, sorry, that's not landing gear up, that's the inside of the landing gear well. Looks like radiators. back wings. All your flaps are unfortunately all fixable, so you can't pose them. You're gonna have to cut them and modify it if you wish to do it that way. So, which is unfortunate. Radiators again. You've got some flaps. Your 2-piece wheels, which I'm never a fan of. You can always swap them out for resin. Landing gear down, doors open. Your teardrop tank comes in 2 halves. It goes on the centre of the aircraft. You're working with your canopy and your doors. Inside the door gets replaced with photo etch. The bracket for the tail dragger for the wheel at the back. The doors going on, and then working on dropping down your canopy. A little bit of grate to go over one of the air vents. Putting your doors in, you can have them open or closed. Then your propeller going on, spinner, and the cannon which goes in the centre. Putting that on, some of the cannons on the wings. So it's going to have probably 1 giant cannon in the nose and 4 machine guns. Quite heavily armoured. Your canopy mask, telling you where they go. You probably will need liquid mask in some parts, maybe. That's a nice touch. You get a mask off the walkway section. That's a nice touch. So you can paint it, which I'll be doing anyway. Here's one of your marking options, 1942. One of the shark mouths. It's got a camouflage scheme of earth brown and dark green, and the underside is sky grey. And again, another scheme which is the same colours by the looks of things, but it looks like this had patchwork. If you read the information, it looks like it's probably been repaired. That's why if you look at one of the wings is grey and the other side is all brown, so it's probably been damaged and been repaired. Again, that's camouflage, dark earth, dark green, and then one side of the wing is olive drab, and then underside is sky grey, and then the other wing is natural grey. This is another scheme with a shark mouth with blue nose. No camouflage, but the top is olive green and natural grey under bottom. Another scheme with camouflage and blue nose. Again, this one looks like it's been repaired as well, because up the front nose is grey. So the camouflage is dark earth, dark green, underside dark grey again, and then the up front nose is natural grey. So it looks like that one's been repaired as well. Another one, blue nose with 8-ball and shark mouth, which is a nice scheme again. Same camouflage as before, dark earth, dark green, underside dark sky grey. No patchwork on that one. And your stencil data. You wish to do stencils if you wish to do them. Do as much or little as you want. So there you go, guys, a brand new kit from Eduard, the P400 ProfiPACK edition, 1/48 scale. Haters, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.